what's up? I'm Sergeant Ballistic, but you guys can call me Brian. Thanks for checking out this video. So Tuesday was my third day in Vegas for CES, and the first day the show floors were actually open. I decided to start out in the South Hall and went straight for the Audio-Technica booth. If you've seen my setup tour, you know I have and like Audio-Technica gear quite a bit. I had some nice conversations with some of the reps, engineers, and PR people about their products. Of particular interest was their line of gaming headsets. This is relatively new territory for them. I currently use a pair of their headphones for gaming on PC, so it's nice to see them addressing this area. They released a pair of open and closed headsets at the $300 price point last year, and this year had two more at the $200 price point. I also talked with one of their engineers about products that are kind of best suited for content creation, especially in the YouTube space. Really like their booth and the people, and we'll probably do a dedicated video on it. So next I went by DJI to check out their drones and gimbals. I'm not huge into drones. I can see myself getting into it, but there's kind of an initial investment thing there that's pretty high. But drones are really prevalent in the South Hall this year. Drones for pro camera people, drones for kids, drones that you control with your cell phone, gyroscope. Everybody had drones. I ended up going back down to Drone Central later with Geeky Nerd Dad, that's Larry Dickerson, to try to help box out some of the crowds while he films, because he's really into the DJI drones. Seems like the technology for drones is getting a lot more ubiquitous, which is good. So even offerings from smaller Chinese companies seem pretty high quality with nice features like carbon fiber builds. So the gaming section wasn't as great as I had hoped it would be. Most PC companies, of course, having private suites to show off their gear. So Omni was there again. If you're not familiar with it, it's an immersive peripheral for Oculus Rift that requires the user to actually move and walk around to move inside the game. The demo actually kept breaking while I was shooting, so it doesn't seem like it's all that much closer to like a production thing that people actually have in their home, but it was pretty cool to see it in person. Oculus was doing demos, but their lines were crazy long, and I should be able to get my hands on the new Crystal Cove and DevKit 2 pretty soon to do some in-depth videos on VR if you guys are interested in that. DX Racer was there, and I really needed a new chair, so I stopped by their booth, but wasn't really able to get any time with a rep or PR person. That was kind of disappointing because I've heard some pretty good reviews about their products. I might just end up saving for like a Herman Miller or something like that. We'll see. So then I went upstairs to check out BenQ's booth and actually met up with Kyle from Awesome Sauce News and Newegg. BenQ was showing off some of their new monitors, including their new FreeSync monitor. FreeSync was debuted to the public for the most part at CES, and quite a few vendors had them. I never think the canned demos are quite enough to show what these technologies offer, and they definitely don't come across on YouTube, so it'll probably take some side-by-side comparisons with regular monitors, G-Sync and FreeSync to see how effective each are. BenQ also had two new console monitors, which are actually limited to 60 Hz. They had a 4K IPS monitor with a pretty fast 5 millisecond response time that some people might be looking at for a gaming monitor. And they also had a pro grade IPS monitor for professionals needing high color accuracy. Also upstairs was Razer. They had a really large booth showing off a lot of already released product like their 3K notebook with the Dying Light demo, Razer Kraken, and their mic, but they also had some new stuff like the OS VR, that's the open source VR headset, and finally they had an Android console you could use to play Android games, of course, stream video content, and also stream gameplay from PCs. And I believe they won a Best of CES award for that, if I'm not mistaken. I got hands-on time with most everything in here, so stay tuned for more in-depth content on that. The last booth that I visited in South on day 3 that I actually got a decent amount of footage for was NVIDIA. They actually didn't have any gaming oriented demos or products there, but instead were showcasing their surge into the automobile market with their mobile processor, the X1. They had the new Renovo Coupe electric supercar and a 2016 Audi TT-S on display. The Renovo is a beautiful car aimed at being an electric vehicle capable of doing multiple laps on a track at race speeds without needing a recharge. And once you do recharge it, it's supposed to recharge in a relatively quick fashion so you can go out again. All the NVIDIA tech here is aimed at bringing futuristic smart car functionality like the digital dashes and safety features we saw last year to the here and now. So after that it was getting late, but I didn't want to stop, so I headed to Central Hall, but didn't make it far before hitting the Intel booth, or really corner of the hall is more descriptive. They were showing off a ton of things. Some of the coolest things I saw were the winners of the wearable competitions they had. The most interesting to me being a 3D printed prosthesis being used by an amputee to shake visitors' hands. Really cool stuff, and all of these were actually being run off of Intel's Edison system on chip. They also had some PC gaming stations set up with a really nice custom PC and some pro gamers streaming live during the event, and of course they had some stations with VR headsets. Definitely a trend during this CES. So at this point most booths were starting to pack up, so I used this time to get some B-roll of things I thought I'd have trouble getting on a full show floor. And then I just explored Central Hall to try to figure out what I wanted to hit up in subsequent days. So that's it for this video. Like I said, if you want to see more full-blown content on any of these booths or specific tech, let me know and I can try to see if I have enough B-roll to put together in-depth coverage on that. I got press packets for pretty much everything I could and took pictures of all the product cards for reference. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up or thumbs down and let me know whether you want to see more videos like this in the future. Also, it helps out the channel a lot. Subscribe if you haven't for more CES coverage and hopefully a lot more fun tech videos in the future. Go ahead and bookmark my Amazon affiliate link in the description and use it to buy whatever it is you buy on Amazon. It's none of my business. I do get a small commission off that and it costs you nothing, so it helps out the channel a lot. Go ahead and follow me on your favorite social media site. I am on Google+, Instagram, Twitter. So go ahead and follow me for more frequent updates on all my tech, upcoming videos, and ongoing projects. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.